Welcome to lesson 87, perfect squares and perfect square roots. That should be perfect squares and perfect square roots. So lesson 87 of numbers and operations. And you can pause the video to read through the objectives and the vocabulary. Okay, so again, a square, the square of a number, if you look at it, makes a complete square on a multiplication table. And if you have a multiplication table, good. If you don't, you can always make one in an Excel spreadsheet. Just put the numbers in. So all squares, 5 times 5 becomes 25. 4 times 4 on a multiplication table becomes 16. So we're looking at the numbers that go diagonally down from 1 times 1, 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, and so on down the line. That's what the important part of squares are. And perfect squares deal with positive numbers, positive whole numbers. Okay, again, here's our multiplication table. And if you're in high school, go up to the 8th grade, you probably want to get one that goes up to 20. If you're in high school, even in the 9th grade, you probably want one that goes out to 30. So this is a 10 by 10. So basically, 10 times 10 is 100, and it makes a perfect square. And on this drawing, I'll show you a square 4 by 4 has an area of 16 centimeters squared. So this is how we use perfect squares. Okay, some other symbols. This symbol called the radical symbol or the root. If no root is written in here, it's understood to be the second root or the square root. And so we're looking to break apart the square into individual arms. Some more rules and notes for you. So example 1, simplify, 0.2 squared. So 0.2 times 0.2. And we know that's going to be 4. But we have two numbers behind a decimal point, so it's going to be 0.04. Okay, looking at our second example, the square root of 225. So the square root of 225, we're going to solve this on our next slide. So the square root of 225 equals 15 using our multiplication table. So please, if you're in the 8th grade, you should have one that goes up to 15. If you're in the 9th grade, you should have a chart that goes up to 30. And it would be good to memorize all the numbers on that chart to make your multiplication easier. So this is the end of our 2 examples. So you're just going to multiply and divide and multiply and find the square roots from here using your multiplication tables. I will meet you at the end of the video for the wrap up. Okay, so you guys were to simplify. So 7 minus 12. Do what's in the parentheses first. You got negative 5. You square it. Plus 4 squared. So basically you have 25 plus 16. 5 and 6 is 1. And it becomes 41. In our second problem. So the square root of 81 minus 1 divided by the square root of 100 plus 2. So what you have here, this line, the division bar, separates the top from the bottom. So let's deal with the top and the bottom separately. So you have 9 minus 1, because the square root of 81 is 9, over 10 plus 2, which gives us 8 over 12. And if we divide by 4 over 4, because you always want to simplify your fractions, you get 2 over 3. So now, this concludes the lesson dealing with perfect squares and square roots. What they are, how they are used in geometry. And so this is a series. Again, with any of these videos, please watch all the videos in the series to get a better understanding of what we're doing. Because if you watch one, you may not get everything, and I may leave some vocabulary and or calculations out. So thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell for many more videos to come.